So you've heard it a million times, right? To do something big, you have to find your why. It's that huge emotional reason that's supposed to push you through anything. But if that's the whole secret, why do so many of our biggest goals just fizzle out? Well, it's because that big, beautiful why, on its own, is kinda only half the story.
I mean, think about it for a second. You get all fired up to run a marathon or write that book or finally start your own business. The inspiration is massive. It feels incredible. But then, a week later, you're right back on the couch. So what's going on? Why does that huge wave of inspiration so often lead to, well, not much action at all? Let's really dig into that frustration. And more importantly, let's find the solution.
Okay, so here's the absolute key. Your why, all by itself, just isn't enough. When you only focus on that giant, far-off vision, you can fall into what some people call the aspirational trap. The goal feels so big, so distant, that instead of motivating you, it paralyzes you.
Let's break this down. When you focus on the why, you're living in this world of abstract desire. And the real danger there, as you can see, is inconsistency. You feel super inspired one day and totally lost the next. But when you switch your focus to the how, you're forced to think about small, actionable, daily steps. And the result? It's not just a dream anymore. It's real, daily momentum. You can think of it like this. Your why is the destination on the map, for sure, but your how is the engine that actually moves the car forward.
So if the why can sometimes be a trap, let's talk about the hero of our story, your actionable how. This isn't about some grand pie-in-the-sky vision. Nope. This is the system, the process, the nitty-gritty details that turn your goals from a daydream into a daily reality.
I love this metaphor because it just makes so much sense. Your why, that finished book, that thriving business, that's the city you want to get to on the map. But you can't get there just by staring at it, right? You need a vehicle. Your how is that vehicle. It's the reliable car, it's the fuel in the tank, and it's the turn-by-turn directions you follow every single day to actually get there.
All right, so how do we actually build this vehicle? Let's get super practical. I'm going to walk you through 3 really powerful and honestly surprisingly simple tools you can use to start designing your own how, like today. First up, you have to shift your focus from the outcome to the process. An outcome goal, that's your why, is something like write a book. Man, that just feels huge and intimidating, doesn't it? But a process goal, that's your how, is write 500 words every weekday morning. See the difference? One is a distant dream, the other is a concrete action. It's a game you can actually win every single day. You're committing to the ritual, not just the far-off result.
Our second tool has a bit of a fancy name, but trust me, it's a game changer. It's called implementation intentions. The real magic here is that it takes willpower and all that agonizing decision-making right out of the equation. You pre-decide what you're going to do. The formula is super simple. When X happens, then I will do Y. You're basically programming an automatic trigger right into your brain. Here's what this looks like in the real world. Instead of vaguely hoping to go for a run later, you create a specific intention. When I finish dinner, then I will put on my running shoes. Boom, the decision is already made for you. Or how about this one? When I sit down at my desk, then I will review my top 3 tasks. It creates this immediate, automatic path to the actions that really matter.
Okay, our third tool is habit stacking, and this one is just brilliant because it uses momentum you already have. You simply anchor a new habit you want to build onto a habit that's already completely automatic for you. The formula is just, after my current habit, I will do my new habit.
And here is the perfect example of that. You probably already make coffee every single morning without even thinking about it. That's a solid existing habit. So you just stack your new habit right on top of it. After I pour my morning coffee, I will read 10 pages of a book. You're letting your old automatic habit pull the new one along for the ride. It's so simple, and it is incredibly effective.
Now, these individual tools are great, but they become truly powerful when you combine them. The goal here is to build a resilient system, one that keeps you going, even when that big, shiny inspiration is nowhere to be found. This is how you design a how that's really built for the long haul.
So a really robust how system has 3 key parts. First, environment design. This is all about removing friction. You make the right choice, the easy choice. If your gym clothes are already laid out before bed, you're one giant step closer to that workout. Second, commitment devices. This is about using accountability. Tell a friend your goal for the week. All of a sudden, the stakes are just a little bit higher. And finally, and this one is so important, you need a resilience protocol. Look, life is going to happen. You will miss a day. A good system plans for failure. So one little slip-up doesn't derail your whole journey. It gives you an immediate way back, like resetting with a tiny, easy win. So what's the ultimate takeaway here? It's not about abandoning your why. Not at all. Your why is the essential spark. But to turn that spark into a lasting fire, you have to build and constantly fuel your action engine.
Ultimately, it all comes down to this. The why gives you the fire, but the how gives you the fuel and the mechanics to keep the motor running. That passion gets you started, but it's the system, the process, the daily habits that keeps that engine running day in and day out, long after that initial burst of inspiration has faded away.
So I'll leave you with this question. Don't just think about your big goal. Think about the process. What is the very first, small, actionable how that you can design for yourself right now, today, to start moving toward that destination?